She then raised her voice a little and said the dreaded question, "Do you know who I am?" No? Should I? Who are you? Hey guys, welcome back to Chaotic Commentary. Today we're going to be looking at some more petty revenge stories. Where is John Smith? One day the time I was employed at a hardware store, I got a call via my department's phone. Answering it, the lady on the other end asked if we have product X. I forgot what it was specifically. I told her that unfortunately we were out of that specific item and she did not take that well. Even more so, when I told her I didn't know when we'd be getting more, as it was not one of my responsibilities, she then raised her voice a little and said the dreaded question, "Do you know who I am?" No? Should I? Who are you? Oh crap, I was dealing with a Karen. Why do Karens think they're so important? Like, what do you mean, do I know who you are? This is a hardware store. Who are you? Unless you like the boss's wife or something, who are you? What position would the wild Karen threaten us with this time? Lawyer, doctor, maybe city council? I'm a librarian from insert place here. A librarian? What they got to do with anything? What? Not to say being a librarian is an important job, but what does your librarian job have to do with a hardware store not having a product? Y'all Karens be weird. My mind honestly blanked out a little there. That was a new one. That was the first and to this day only time I ever heard someone use librarian as their supposedly "I'm better than you" job. Nothing against librarians, of course. I just found it odd. I find it odd too. Because I'm pretty sure as a librarian, you probably don't get paid that much more than this person working at a hardware store. Why you think he's so important? Once I snapped out of it, I again told her I couldn't do anything about out of stock items. And she just got madder. Is madder a word? Is it more mad? Angrier? Whatever. It was then I heard the phone being passed to somebody else. I prayed that the new person had common sense. Unfortunately, I got the complete opposite. This woman's husband began yelling at me in heavily accented English. The lady also had a heavy accent, but her husband spoke at a high speed as well, making it near impossible to understand him. I did pick up stuff like, "You need to respect your elders and low-wage worker," though. Here's my thing about respecting elders. You get what you give. If you gonna disrespect me, you best believe you getting disrespected right back, because I don't give respect to nobody who has not earned it, and especially a person who has shown me they don't deserve it. Excuse me? Respect who? No. In the midst of this, I hatched a plan. This plan involved me taking my experiences from the scant time I had in drama classes and using it to make myself sound as weak and pathetic as possible. Looking back on it in retrospect, I don't think I needed to do that for the plan to have worked, but it did anyway to make the man think he had a psychological advantage over me. He then demanded I give my name so he could tell my manager and get me in trouble. "My name is John Smith, sir," I said in a timid voice, the first name that came to mind that also didn't match up at all with any of my co-workers. He believed it without any hesitation and jeered at me that I was going to get in trouble for whatever it is they thought I did wrong in their delusional heads before hanging up. What did he do wrong besides telling you he didn't have the product? What you want him to do? Drive up to wherever warehouse this product is and get it for you? Just order it on Amazon. Jesus. I like to say my petty revenge ended with just them wasting their time trying to tell my supervisors that John Smith existed, but it didn't, while still remaining within the petty zone. They didn't call the store. They straight up came to the store and yelled out, "Where's John Smith?" Was he about to beat you up or something? Why'd you come to the store? Making themselves look like lunatics in front of everyone, including my manager and co-workers who knew for sure John Smith didn't exist among the staff, despite the couple's insistence. Nothing big happened after that besides angry arguments about John Smith's existence, but the sight alone still gives me a chuckle when I remember it. That is hilarious. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's what you start doing that to Karens when they call, complaining to customer service. Tell them your name is John Smith or Jane Doe. Hilarious. I love it. I joined a new club and saw one of my former abusers on the member list. Title: I am a college student, and when I first came to the school a year ago, I was an effing wreck. My self-esteem was in the garbage and my social anxiety was at an all-time high. I moved to a neighborhood about 3 miles from campus and interacted with a largely online community, largely because of my job and the commute. I'm a gay male and I rebounded on one of the moderators on the chat we were using. We will call him Face Rat. He looks exactly as he sounds, smarmy and unkempt. In other words, great for a depressed and lonely gay looking to let just anyone in. We all have bad taste sometimes, right? So right. Been there. Definitely been there. I flirted with him and he flirted back. There was a certain channel of doing this anonymously, and I noticed he would wait for every new message, but when I would follow through directly, he would leave me on red. Two things became clear after a month or so of doing this. A, he knew it was me, and B, was treating my sexuality as a tool to boost his ego. I called him out on it. To make a long story very short, I was ousted from their group and banned from any and all future meetups. Admin said it was going to last for a month, and as of writing this, almost a year later, that ban still hasn't been lifted. Space Rat went on and said, in a post that took way more effort than it would have had he just said, "I'm not into you. What gave you this impression that I was gay?" You were flirting with a man? Now Space Rat, as a lovely persona as he is the abuser I'm referencing in this title. That stigma belongs to his best friend, whom we'll dub Tweaker. Tweaker spent almost all of December basically making me think I was the root cause of all the drama on the server. That Space Rat didn't mean it that way. That it was just because of my past. That I was this crazy, melodramatic psycho and needed therapy. Blah, blah, blah. You get it. Classic gaslighting. Basically, if I shut up about it, there will be no more issues and we can all move on and be this big happy family again. To add insult to injury, I was living through this abuse. I had a breakdown at work which caused me to be fired, on my 23rd birthday no less, and forced me to cancel my trip back home. So my birthday, Christmas, and New Year's all ruined. You can imagine what this is doing to my mental health. Fast forward a year and life's turned on a dime. I end up moving to a new apartment close to the school. I'm working out, losing weight, I get my school paid off through aid. My skin's better, my confidence is up, and I try my hardest to just put my past behind me. Well, after church, I meet this new person we'll call Kelly. Kelly invites me to this very well-known political action club on campus and sends me the invite to their server. I take it, and as I'm scrolling through the member list, looking for people I recognize, guess who I come across? Tweaker. The memories just flood back. I tell her what's going on, and Kelly doesn't doubt my experience for a second. She tells me that she can have Tweaker removed. She's friends with the admins of the server and they're on a good understanding. We talk some more about this over a couple of beers and I prepare a statement which she then shares with admin. A week later and he's gone. No more fear. What's even more satisfying is that she tells me when the admins ban someone, they add a message telling them why and clowning on them. In my statement, I reveal some pretty damning things I knew about Tweaker's past, including the time in high school. He admitted this early on, that he was supposedly ostracized from his friend group because his boyfriend allegedly lied that Tweaker SA'd him. Tweaker deleted this message when he sent it, which is pretty weird behavior considering it's a lie. The political group's admin probably mentioned this in the ban message. A few days later, after this happened, I ran into Tweaker on the streets and he tried to block my passage. He looked inconsolable. By doing this, I not only got back at Tweaker, but I sent a message to Space Rat as well, that my story will be believed and their reputation will suffer. TLDR. My crush's friend emotionally abused and gaslit me for a month over being manipulated and ostracized. A year later, I got him kicked out of a key political action group on campus, ruining his reputation. Good, because you should not be emotionally abusing and gaslighting people. And emotional and mental abusers are the worst because they actually believe they haven't done anything wrong because they never put their hands on you. Not true. Not true at all. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell me in the comments what you thought about these petty revenge stories and which one was your favorite. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.